10:40 a.m. on this Friday morning, October 3rd, 2025. We are looking at what was forecasted as clear, sunny skies. Now I will say, as far as the clarity, well, that's misinformation and disinformation right there, due to the components that linger in the atmospheric layers. But the reason why I'm out here now, after our morning clouds have gone, we are out here to view this greater light in all of its glory, if you will. And of course, we have brought down our polarized sunglasses. Sorry, but I thought that I zoomed in, but apparently not. So let's go ahead and once again revisit after zooming in, and we can see that there is this anomaly right here. Okay, and furthermore, someplace up overhead we have a jet aircraft. But of course, on days such as this, where there are no visible trails, it is very difficult to capture these crafts as they fly over. Well, I'll be speaking of which, we do have just a little puff of stuff back here, which could be residual matter from overhead activities, as of course the operations in the skies overhead here in Michigan continue on a daily basis, and I do not care at all about the narratives that you will find through doing a Google search, especially as the reports that Google search apparently relies on comes through some Central Michigan University professor. Okay? And of course, we should also understand that the educational system is chock full of misinformation and disinformation, and these college or university professors are major culprits in the spreading of said misinformation, disinformation, and lies. I show the realities of what occurs in these skies overhead here in Michigan, as well as many other strange occurrences and or anomalies. And when you have something that shows up continuously, is it therefore still considered just an anomaly? This Skywise Observation, signing off, as this might be the only recording for this day, as I am still continuing to upload an awful lot of content from yesterday now. More and more future content will be executed in order to expose the false and falsifying information that is being spread through certain narratives today. I've had it. I'm not putting up with it anymore. And I'm going to expose, just like I have stated many times in past and prior content. And I am still doing so today. Stay tuned. If you like this content, I'm going to keep pushing the issues. So on that note, take care. Have yourselves a great one. And enjoy your weekend. Thank you for watching. Oh, and I just signed off, and of course we've got us an aircraft. Listen. And I am seeing very, very faint trails. Oh, there we go. There we go. See? Okay. We're getting this guy. That is one of our culprits right there. Okay? A white jet aircraft and no visible trail or streamer to be seen. But yet, there is still aerosol releases that are taking place. Gee, now I get to splice in this recording to the prior. That'll do it. And again, thank you for watching. Have a great one. Have a great weekend. 2:35 p.m. on this Friday afternoon, October 3rd, 2025. Well, how about that? It appears as though through all of the audible sounds of aircrafts flying overhead, what we actually have, partly cloudy skies, in which we were forecasted to only have sunny skies today. And can you see all of that glare in the air? Man, I tell you what, even on today's news programming during the weather segment, they were showing an overview from a webcam, rooftop webcam, and all you could see all the way down to the ground was the silver glare. And this was, you know, a webcam up high, overlooking a portion of the city. And I'm not sure what city it was. But this silvery glare in the air is very apparent when you see something like that during your weather updates through the media. And yeah, it looks like we're having some puff and fluff and stuff headed over towards this greater light. Yeah, why don't we go ahead and zoom in on that before it should happen to get there. And through the trees. Okay, and I've got the lighting dim, but I believe we'll have to make use of the Polaroid lenses. Let's see if we can get this focusing in a little better. Oh, sorry about that. I meant to pause it before I grabbed my glasses, but yeah, I'm not a professional videographer or what have you. And yeah, okay, we got us the anomaly that's kicking off here. We can see the teal green glow of it, and whether, oh yeah, well, I'll just go ahead and point that out and leave it at that. Let's go ahead and see if we can, oh yeah, we can get it to show up there, and a little bit of clearing from the leaves and branches. Slide over just a little bit more, maybe we can see the right side over here. And we'll just kind of look around. And so I finally got, at this hour, we're now into yesterday's content. Of course, still doing plenty of uploading. And yes, this is looming ever so closer. So we'll be having shade conditions, but it already seems like this light is dimming. But anyways, so now there is a playlist over October 1st, and I have already begun a playlist in regards to October 2nd, yesterday. And once the completion of that playlist is compiled, then I'll go ahead and release, whether it's in the description to this video or a future video, who knows, then I'll go ahead and provide links within the description to both of those playlists. So once again, you know, this is our, you know, total sunny skies, if you will, as they were forecasted to be. And yeah, and then you look at this, okay? See how well we can get this as far as the detail. Look at see, completely different stuff, okay? Keep my fingers crossed that this is coming out, so that you know what I'm trying to show here. In fact, it's multi-layered. This whole mass here is multi-layered, and yeah. Look at how this is spanning out here. I mean, Google. First thing this morning, pop-up notification from Google, not Google Weather, but Google itself, stating that in our area we were to have nothing but clear skies and sun. Sun, sun, and more sun. Look at this continuing to fan out. We're getting some nifty dim this down a little bit, and you might be able to see the silhouetting kicking off up here. It's you know, casting these silhouettes all over the place. But see, coming back over this way and the observation of, I'll just say like this mistiness, okay? Here, you can see it everywhere. See this? And once again, it is spreading. Not sure where that's, yeah, right here. Oh, well, you know what? I guess this is moving too much to, what do we got here? Yeah, movement to the northeast. And look at, okay, just in the time that I have been recording this. Yeah. So once again, you know, this is, I guess, my little proof in the pudding of destroying and, well, exposing and destroying the narratives. Right? And this still continues to spread. And furthermore, I will accept no narratives, once again, from any college professor or university professor. Yeah. Yeah, I learned something else in the past too, is, you know, you don't go to a university for health care or treatments. Yeah. That's a farce in itself too. Let me tell you what. I will never deal with anything like that again. I went to University of Michigan, and that was one pathetic experience that I never ever want another repeat thereof. Still expanding, and look at how we're starting to have the connection that's coming on. And yeah, we're talking, you know, multiple atmospheric layers here, but they end up connecting. And the amount, that's what I was getting at, was the amount of cloud structure, formations, or whatever, in just this short period of time that I've been recording, is ridiculous. And once again, destroys that earlier forecast narrative of sunny skies. Because sunny skies should be just that, and not this. Enough said. So the current time is 6 p.m. on this evening of October 3rd, 2025. I have just returned from Allegan after doing a couple of errands and whatnot with a couple of neighbors, and You should I did not take my phone with me because of course I've had to keep it charging as this very lengthy uploading process takes place. Otherwise, you would not believe the sights that I've seen taking place in the skies over that city. Much akin to what you're seeing here, but on a much higher scale. And speaking of higher scale, we have this right here. Past evidences of, just that much more activity that's taking place. But I literally had witnessed two jets flying side by side. One with a very lengthy streamer, and the other with, well, your typical so-called contrail, side by side. And again, it would have been awesome if I had my phone on me at the time. Now I'm not seeing any, well, maybe just a little bit here, possibly, I don't know. Okay, there we go. A little bit of that. But, so, basically, now here I am. And, well, the dead cat situation has escalated to where, oh, it's possible I could be getting a visit from our local law enforcement. Which is alright, because I passed the word along this morning of what occurred. Many of the residences here are very, very unhappy, and this has also been now apparently reported to our manager. Not by me, but by a third party. So, yeah. But again, what I witnessed over that city today as we traveled about was just unbelievable. I mean, the air activity was everywhere and seemingly non-stop. And there were crabs of all styles. And of course, there's a small engine airport, or a small engine airplane airport there in Allegan, whatever. Yeah, I'm a little bit irritated right now. And yes, those airplanes were flying in and out of the airport. But as far as this, wow. And then there were black crabs, no trails whatsoever. There were the blue ones, the white ones. And once again, it almost seems like it was, color-coded vehicles according to whether there was streamers or not. And, the lengths and thicknesses thereof. Just, theoretical thoughts over my observations today. And once again, man, it just kind of bums me out that my phone was here. And I'm telling you, they were flying in all different directions. And so now we were under quite a lot of so-called clouds. Now there's been a clearing. While over there in Allegan, it was much similar to my previous recording earlier. Very cloudy. But, wow, once that activity picked up, yeah, strangely enough. And let me tell you, there was streamers amongst all of this that were barely visible because of this glare. It was quite interesting. But on that note, I need to end this so I can continue with the uploading process. And yeah, I can feel one of them wanting to cross over soon. But I need to get this back on the charger and continue on with the uploading process.
Hello,
Hi,
I'm Trooper Nickel.
how you doing? I am recording this. Just
That's totally fine.
all right.
I just want to know what happened with the neighbor's dog.
You heard it killed the kitten, a feral kitten. She did not control her dog one bit. This has already been an issue in the past that's been reported to 3 different law enforcement agencies. Okay,
It's been up to animal control then.
it has been reported to Allegan County Sheriff's. It has been reported to the DNR and as well as animal control.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you know if she's been cited for that yet?
I have no clue because I don't even know them. They just moved in, and which is very strange that they even have a companion pet because typically you don't have a companion pet if somebody's living with you and you have a job. So there's no reasoning for said companion pet.
I got you.
Okay. Once again, this has been an issue in the past. It has been reported. And it has been reported apparently to our manager through a third party now. And in which Allegan County, the last incident, which is the guy that patrols the school.
The school resource officer.
Yes,
Okay.
okay. And I'm sorry, I document everything,
That's
okay?
okay.
I've got a YouTube channel, so anyways, basically, he laughed about the situation.
The resource officer.
Well, it was just because I showed him the videos that I took
Okay.
pertaining to the incident, which, again, this dog is not under control at no time. Others around here have been having issues with it. There was a point in time to where it was just whining and howling continuously for quite a few hours. It's just been a nuisance. And these feral cats, I have been dealing with them for going on 3 years now. I've never had any issues from anyone until they moved in.
Okay.
Okay? And which the first incident, it was her son that instigated the whole situation by taking a golf club out to the woods, and which he was claiming he was just going to knock over the feeding bowls and watering bowls.
When
I
did
don't.
that happen?
This has been a couple of months back. I cannot remember.
Do you think he was trying to use it on the cats? Is that what it was?
You know, I can only theorize. You know, but once again, they have been nothing but issues. And even lady downstairs, she's got a small dog, and she's afraid that this dog, because of its hyperactivity, it is a young dog.
You don't know what it's gonna do. Right?
Exactly, and so she's fearful of it going after her small dog, you know. And once again, when this occurred last night, she did nothing to control the situation, and in fact, I was in bed when this was going down. I had time to get dressed, grab a gardening implement, go out there and grab the cat, and she did nothing. She just left it laying there. That is the mentality of what we're dealing with.
How long ago did they move in?
Not even a year, I don't think.
It's just been issues since.
Yes, yeah,
So what happened today with the gun? They weren't sure if it was a pellet gun, if it was a rifle.
yes, it was a pellet gun, and no, not loaded.
So you never
It was,
pointed
it
at
was, no,
anybody?
no, I did not. So, being upfront and honest about that, I have no reason not to, you know, yeah.
So I just want,
But I would appreciate it if that little tidbit of information didn't go back, because I kind of like the intimidation, if you will, because of trying to control a situation. Because once again, I dealt with 3 different law enforcement agencies and the manager, and nothing was done that I am aware of. And I have requested, look, just walk your dog. We got plenty of property around here, you know. Walk your dog elsewhere if it's got to do its business.
Just
Leave the
not
cats,
this one
leave the
section.
cats alone, you know. So that's it in a nutshell.
so I typically work day shift. I'm just holding over on that shift a little bit. So I talked with the animal control officers pretty often. Have they ever came out and like followed up with you?
No,
when you made
no,
those
no.
complaints?
But what was really ironic was, okay, the initial event with her son and the golf club and all that. I first contacted the DNR. They were no help No help whatsoever, surprisingly, even though feral cats are highly protected under Michigan law, okay? These are, and some might say, oh, well, they're domesticated because they come up to me when I'm feeding them. No, I'm the only one that can get close to most of these cats around here, and they
It
come
seems
in
like most
from
of them kinda
everywhere.
scurried away with
Right,
that,
and I've
so, yeah.
spent thousands of dollars over the years feeding them, caring for them. I'm just an animal lover, and even the dog, you know, I don't like threatening the lives of any animals, let alone take it. But anyways, so getting back to, I
Yeah.
contacted DNR, and then I contacted, or no, it was Animal Control. They contacted me through the DNR, and then while I was on the phone with Animal Control, the call went to dispatch for the law enforcement, to contact the law enforcement officer. It's just a really strange pattern, if you will.
Yeah.
But that's how it all rolled out on that.
So I totally understand where you're coming from, but I wanna make sure that you're not taking it too far. So.
Right,
this
I
is-
understand,
This is your
right.
property, it's your balcony, but when you're out there, kind of in a public, it's kind of a public space,
Right,
right?
right.
You can't be shaken, even though it's just a pellet gun, it could still be
Oh,
considered a weapon.
I don't
So-
carry anything like that with
I
me, no blades, no nothing, I'll take that back. I have had one of these cats that's been causing issues, and I've got this little airsoft pistol.
Yeah.
And not
Like
powerful
the
at all,
the
you know,
CO2 ones?
it goes one of those. And so I take it out there, and I don't even aim at him, just nearby him, just when he's acting up. That's as far as I push it. But,
Yeah,
you
so
know,
I'm just saying, if.
but,
With-
I'll tell you, I am highly esteemed because this could have been avoided altogether had she taken my advice and suggestions, walk the dog elsewhere, not around the cats, because the dog can't handle being around the cats without wanting to attack.
Would that be a
Okay.
good solution for you today, though? If
Yeah,
could get
I don't
the,
even want to see the dog anymore after that, because, the cats are like my family.
Yeah.
And so that's like a family member that I witnessed being shaken around ferociously, and not once, but, I mean, the dog dropped it, she did nothing with the leash to pull it back, she did nothing to control it, it was like intentionally done, okay? And she stood there, stop, Bella, stop. That was it. And I wanted to record it, but it was dark out,
Yeah.
and I couldn't, I just couldn't. And
What was your name, sir?
Morgan, Morgan, Weaver, Weaver,
Or your date of birth?
5/27/1967.
Do you have a good phone
Oh
number?
man, I shouldn't have, hold on. 7:30 p.m. this Friday evening, October 3rd, 2025. I thought I would go ahead and end with another colorful recording. After all, I need to have some kind of a calming effect. After what you just seen, correct? Oh, yes, it turned out in my favor. So we can see in the background that the activities are still occurring, and yes, still occurring in the west, of which I described earlier, where all of that major, massive activity was occurring. And thing is, it wasn't coming out like what I had recorded and shared over the last 2 days. No, it was very, very strange, and oh, there we go. See? incoming. But overall, you know, kind of pretty, don't you think? But kind of strange looking all in all. And one would think that you would eventually get used to the strangeness of the skies here overhead in Michigan. No. There's always something new to be seen. And of course, recorded and shared, right? And tomorrow, being Saturday the 4th, oh, it's supposed to be a hot one, you know? Summertime. Summertime temperatures. But then next week, I guess they're calling for Thursday. I think it's Thursday overnight into Friday morning. We are to have a frost. Our first frost of the year. Yeah. So, you know, all in all, we might as well just be going from 90 degrees to, you know, below zero at this rate. And yeah, this guy altered his course of flight. You might be able to see that in the back here. And I observed a major alteration to a flight course while in Allegan. Yeah, quite the curve, and not that of your typical aircraft flight maneuvers, okay? None whatsoever. And to see such a wide variety of colored aircrafts all within the sky at virtually the same time, and to see the contrasting contrails, one very lengthy, I mean across virtually the whole sky, and to have another one right alongside of it with a short so-called contrail. So they were, you know, mixing ingredients. That is my theoretical opinion. And of course, you know, none of this is happening in the skies over Michigan. This is not happening according to a college university professor, right? And that is what Google search is basing its so-called factual narratives. Yeah. This here. Just, no, not taking place, people. And if it is, well, it's just a normal aircraft going about its normal business, in which there is nothing normal unless it's abnormal. See, look at this. And yeah, this has been going on all day, okay? Yeah. Now, this is the time period of the day to where we start having a lot of lighting issues affecting the camera. So, how will this come out? Oh, just lost focus. Did we not? Yeah, and now the coloration has changed to the recording. So I'm going to go ahead and just ignore that for now. And go back to this, as it is all beginning to fade. And once it does, we will be seeing nothing but the appearance of dirty looking skies. Yeah, he's still. I'm just now hearing his sounds. I'll just leave it at that. I am seeing some other very faint structurings up here. Okay. But you can already see, yes, I do have, okay, wow. We just went to a auto lighting change there. And I was just going to comment how you can see how dirty the skies are in their appearance. So we have lost that coloration. The bats are now out. Yeah, and I won't bore you with an extended ending of tracking the bats, although I thoroughly enjoy watching them. And we have yeah. So let's go ahead and just one last quick viewing of this trail up here. Yeah, lighting is definitely okay. There we go. See some of the cloud structures. But look at this glare. You know, that is just utterly pathetic. Yeah. And whatever might come across, of course, will have that black cloud appearance. And I could care less about recording that or much of anything else, to be honest. Well, I wouldn't mind recording more of the bats, but alright people, that is that. This is the conclusion of this Friday, October 3rd, 2025. Zoom right over my, right, yeah, buzzing right around me. Take care, and as always, have yourselves a great one. I am now.